We finally got it. The best Jeskai commander out there. For cEDH at least. Hi, I'm Warren with Crackerjack Games. If you like cool cards and hot deck techs, be sure to like and subscribe and leave me a comment your favorite card from Spider-Man set. Let's get into it. So the front side of this card, Gwen Stacy, is pretty cool. It enters, you exile the top card of your library, you get to play as long as you control this creature. Sure, blink target. But now let's talk about Ghost Spider. Flying Vigilance Haste. Whenever you play a land from exile, cast Speckled from exile, put +1/+1 counter on Ghost Spider. Remove 2 counters from Ghost Spider, exile the top card of your library, you may play it this turn. So we want to dump a lot of cards into exile, play them, make Ghost Spider really big so we can keep removing counters and playing more cards. Jeskai loves a little bit of a storm variant. We love to gain advantage, especially for something so free like playing cards from exile. So let's build the shell. Of course, we're playing the powerful white creatures. We've got S%. We don't want people doing things during our turn, so we've got Grand Abolisher. We've got Voice of Victory. All of these things are good. We're going to play Vivi Orniteer, of course. What a great mana battery to leave on the battlefield. Be careful though, people are going to want to clone it. How about we play at instant speed with Valley Floodcaller? This card's absolutely cracked. Instant speed non-creature spells, and it slowly gets bigger, and if you can find ways to abuse the fact that it untaps when you cast those non-creature spells, you're off to the races. Birgi, God of Storytelling, is the second best card in this deck. Sorry, not Birgi. The backside of Birgi. Harnfell Horde of Bounty is the second best card in this deck. Discard a card, exile 2 card. Well, that sounds like you're going to turn your risk tick study into double the amount of cards that you actually need. And that seems pretty good when everything's great in a commander deck for cEDH. So what's the best card in the deck? Well, there's no question. It's Jeska's Will. With Ghost Spider on the battlefield, this thing's going to just pay off over and over and over again. Make the mana, play the cards, get a bunch of counters, remove the counters, play a bunch more cards. Find a way to flash this back or put it on top of your library or play it from your graveyard. Who cares? You're going to get more cards, more advantage, and you're going to win the game. So Jeskai gives us the coolest pile that you can make in cEDH. Intuition, go get 3 cards. Well, those cards are Underworld Breach, Sevinne's Reclamation, and Lion's Eye Diamond. That pile should be enough for you to go ahead, cast Underworld Breach, or return it from your graveyard to the battlefield with Sevinne's Reclamation, figure out a way to tutor up Brain Freeze, and win the game. I think the Thassa's Oracle is implied here. We'll get it eventually. We also get the coolest advantage pieces. For example, we get to play Rhystic Study, and we get to play Smothering Tithe. And you may find those annoying, but hey, great advantage on the battlefield's how you win games of Commander. Am I right? Play Mystic Remora, and if you can find a Kellogg's Loops version, you should go ahead and get it. Now, I've been tinkering with other cards that exile, so you get some choices. I think Glimpse the Impossible is the best one, because at the end of the day, if you don't play anything, you're going to get some Eldrazi Spawn tokens. I really like Light Up the Stage, 1 damage, exile 2 cards, and you have 2 turns to play them. And who doesn't like a 6-year-old standard all-star, right? Ignite the Future is pretty cool as well. The flashback is kind of nice, but even if Underworld Breach is going, you can play this from your graveyard for not its flashback cost and get those spell for free. Now, this is probably a controversial include, but Aerith Tormented Prophet is really good. If you would draw instead, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Well, it sounds exactly like what my deck wants to do here. When this card came out, people were trying it as a commander because Wheel of Fortune drew you 14 instead of 7 cards. But we were also in a time where Drannith Magistrate was being played way more frequently, so you could kind of lock yourself out of the game. So be aware of that, but other than that, I think this is great advantage. We can make our spells cost a little bit less. And if you ever get to flip over Realm Monsoon Mage, the ultimate exiles cards to play for free, which will get you counters, which will get you more cards. Inti Seneschal of the Sun discards a card to exile cards. I don't mind that. Of course, we're playing some free spells like Mox Amber. You might want to try this unhinged variant of Phyrexian Arena. Skip your draw step and exile 2 cards. If you're a big fan of Displacer Kitten, you can play Teferi Time Raveler with your Mox Amber or your Mox Opal. Blink over and over again and draw your deck. And hey, we've got a Harmonized card that might just be really crazy with Ghost Spider. Zenith Festival, exile top X cards your library. You may play them until the end of your next turn. Well, how about we put it in our graveyard somehow and use Ghost Spider to harmonize this thing and exile 4 cards for 2 mana. That seems really reasonable. And of course, since we have +1/+1 counters and we're in Jeskai, we should be playing Flux Channeler. This War of the Spark Draft All-Star goes so hard in the deck. Cast spells, proliferate. It really means you get 2 counters for every spell you play with Ghost Spider out. And now it's 1 spell for 1 card over and over and over again. So whether it's Gwen Stacy playing the drums or Ghost Spider flying through the air, you're going to have a good time. You're going to play all your cool Jeskai cards, and you're going to win some games of cEDH. And what's better than that? Hope this helps.